Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it big a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make a man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part: if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out and sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might show us stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. the man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Stibbidim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning, and welcome to Global TV. Thank you for joining us this morning. Sorry about last night. I fell asleep and I never wake up. So sorry about my missing in action last night. But we have quite a few things to rumble through this morning. So everyone, oh, my nose start itch me already. Welcome. It's quite a gloomy and rainy day outside, almost a reminder of winter outside. On the mild side, though, but looks very wintry out there. But all in all, copable. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning and welcome. A special good morning to the thieves and criminals in the House of Parliament. Good morning to all of you. Real sweet, Debbie Jervis. Good morning and welcome. Hero Bottom, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Beat and Teach, good morning. Good morning. Who else is there here? Sharon Bernard, good morning. Good morning and welcome. Kayla Shelley, good morning. Good morning. Norman Ferguson, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Marcia Thomas. Good morning to you all. Judy Roberts, good morning. Good morning, Gloria Morris. Pamela Akola, good morning. Sheena Kelly, good morning. Arlene Scott, good morning. JP, Violet Watson, Mr. Davis, Rebel with a Cause, good morning. Althea, Peter Baker, Lawrence Michael, Missy T, Marcia Gill, Colleen Richards, Jason Kane, Donette Harriet, Opal Watson, Denise Hilton, Michelle McKay. Good morning. Let me see who is on the tick. Sexy K, good morning. Denniston Bryan, good morning. Victor, good morning. Wallace, Little Miss, good morning. Joel Robinson. Is it one is it Siller? Just one. Lamard, good morning. Is it one East Lamard? Right. Lawrence Wood, good morning and welcome. I have a few things to go through and we slide, and we have some videos to play as well. Call the labor right. The man labor right, and I don't report my platform this man, and I need to learn. Normally, Ashburn, good morning. When I need to sit quiet and learn and stop reporting my platform, I want to start with Darrell Vaz this morning. Darrell Vaz and Jay Flagg is at it. But I'm not going to get into this quibble between Darrell Vaz and Jay Flagg. I'll rather address the minister. Minister, you must be mindful when you attack the gay community that you're attacking your wife and the counselor Shanique Green of your wife. Also, Mr. Vaz, the workers of your wife, which is called Yeti Boss and Henry, Mr. Vaz. So please do, Brownman, good morning. Be mindful, Althea, how are you? When you go off attacking the gay community, Mr. Vaz, please be mindful of the attack upon Ann Vaz, her counselor, which she cohabit with, and their worker, Henry and Yeti Boss. Please do, Mr. Vaz, be mindful of that when you go upon your rampage. Rennie Nicholson, Abina Sarkodi, how are you? Please be reminded who you're attacking when you go out on the rampage, because it's way up under your armpit, Mr. Vaz. Joy Reynolds, good morning. While you are in St. Anne's, Mr. Vaz, with your young chick, as you were on the night when Samuel Dixon was shot, giving you time to get to the scene, Mr. Vaz, before the police. Ann Vaz was in Portland with Shanique Green. Please do, Mr. Vaz. Remember, I know the hotel in Portland where your things sleep at Friday night time, Mr. Vaz? All right. So, just Evan Wilson, how you do? Please be mindful of who you're going after. John Rock, how you do? I want to sideswipe Carencia Morrison this morning. I want to sideswipe Carencia Morrison this morning. Miss Morrison, good morning. Very bright, aren't you? Very, very bright. With all that brightness, Miss Morrison, and the command of the English language, I mean, you speak it better than Charles and Elizabeth. You know, shame. You know, shame say, oh, you're bright, and you can't find nothing for you for the barring McNice Carencia Morrison. Aren't you ashamed, Miss Morrison? With all your brightness and eloquence and great command of the English language, and you can't find butters give you for the barring just McNice, so? Marchie, how are you? Barring just McNice, Miss Morrison, with all of your brightness, Sonia, how you do? The Prime Minister still, after so much year, can't find nothing get Carencia Morrison for do, barring walk up and down and McNice. Are you doing anything in the Jamaica Labour Party barring McNice, Miss Morrison? Bloody hell, the man just McNice at any chance. At any chance she gets so. Kathy Reed, how are you? She just McNice. But then I heard you said, Miss Morrison, yeah, and Vaz a good friend. Debian, how you do? Good friend. Remember me say a sideswipe Carencia Morrison this morning, you know. Instant Karen, how are you? You say and Vaz a friend, don't you? That's all Biggs. You say and Vaz a friend. Friend tell friend truth, don't? Tell Ann turn up still. The rig me jig don't make her win vote. Tell her to turn up still. And tell her to the batting don't fix good. One higher than one, and one bigger than one. The left one drop down low so, and the right one drop down low so, and the left one come out a bit so. And your friend tell her to go back go fix it. Friend tell friend truth. You know, I'm going to tell her to go pick up book and read, because countless of blunder you have heard her with. I mean, here you walk and correct none. As an educator, Miss Morrison, So tell her to fix the body. It don't. It because she won't turn up when Lord Jesus. If anything more than Anvaz and Andrew Wholeness irritate me in Jamaica, I don't know if I'm going to find it yet. Anvaz and Andrew Wholeness really irritate me because they think that being in front of the camera, it is all it is about. And I find it really, I mean, it rubbed me up the wall backwards. That's how irritating I find these two with the camera. Why Anvaz and Andrew Wholeness can do things make we see. Make we pass and see it now. Because most of what you're doing, Andrew Wholeness, and go on camera, people see it. Camera government. Most of what you do can only be seen on camera. You are on the country with so much dunce, and you have an excellent brightness like Currency and Morrison, and you can't find out and give Currency and Morrison the bar and make nice. And you think that's good leadership, Evan Bradford? You think that's good leadership, and all you can find give Currency and Morrison for Michelle Charles are done. Smooth even talk about she. You said it done. Remember, say Michelle Charles and Michelle Charles don't know the difference of the opposition leader or the prime minister. Leave her aside for now. Trust me. You don't even work. The whole of Colonel Charles picking them at done. He said the doctor one, the outside one failed exam. Michelle failed everything. Colonel Charles Jr. failed on teeth, everything. Colonel Charles Jr. saying a lot. He's an attorney. And he is as confused with the Integrity Commission Act as Delroy, Chuck, and Everard Warmington. So leave the Charles them out of it, because we don't say anywhere them reach in a life, a thief and criminality get them there. So leave them aside for now. Colleen, how you do? But the bright Currency and Morrison, you know, better you in a school I teach. You know, think say you wouldn't feel like you contribute more to society, Currency and Morrison. Don't you think if you stayed in the classroom, Miss Morrison, you would have contributed to society? Do you think that noise that you go around making is any contribution to society? What are your achievements, Miss Morrison? But labor rights! What else have you achieved other than that? You should have stayed in the classroom. Maybe you don't teach your children them to speak nice and eloquent. It's a waste of time, ma'am. You are wasting your time, Miss Morrison. Or maybe you're just a bench warmer. Carlos Gray, how are you? Maybe you're just a bench warmer. But with all your brightness, Andrew can't find nothing for you for the bar and make nice, then you should have stayed in the classroom. You could have, society would have benefited more from you. I don't see where you get up, go do. If Andrew can find something for the give for the bar and make nice, go back in the classroom where you can contribute properly and meaningfully, rather than out there with the brightness and the nice put top of it. Never mind. I said that was a side swipe. To the Gleaner, good morning. Ono can write for the left answer. No, sir. Have you seen what the Gleaner said? The Gleaner asks the question, is the PNP afraid of wholeness? Good God Almighty, Gleaner. Good God Almighty, Gleaner. I mean, what era, century, country, region are you living in to be asking the question? No, do the Currency and Morrison just make nice when she get on the labor rights stage. And as an educator, I don't see what Currency and Morrison has contributed to politics. I don't know what she contribute to our constituency, but I don't see what she have contributed other than nice. When I think when people are bright, they should be allowed to contribute. And if Andrew has stifle you, leave the bloody useless thing and go back into the classroom where you can contribute. I don't think she should be out there making all that noise as an educator. She have much more things she can do. But to the gleaner, on the right and left answer, you are asking the question, is the PNP afraid of Andrew Holness? Now, Gleaner, have you done the assessment? How could you ask that question? Why didn't you ask the other way around? Is Andrew Holness afraid of the PNP? Because you see, the Prime Minister is confident of a third term. One, the Prime Minister claimed that the country has been in the best, better east position it has ever been under his watch. Don't know how the Prime Minister bungle up then conundrum they together and one week to turn around, believe him. The Prime Minister has run his party down the cliff. War, left, right, center. I mean, there's no peace in the Jamaica Labour Party at the moment. The Prime Minister cannot even settle Audley Shaw's seat. Carl Samuda's seat has been thrown up in the air again. Mike Henry's seat is still a wire. The Prime Minister is locked into an integrity battle. The Prime Minister is surrounded by corruption and scandal and theft from the public purse. It is this Prime Minister that is afraid to call the election. If the Prime Minister Gleaner was confident enough, if the Prime Minister was confident enough that he's got it in the bag, Stacey, and how are you? That he has in his 9 years delivered. In his 9 years, he can roll out his track record and say, these are my achievements. We are in the eve of a general election. The Prime Minister keeps talking, and the Jamaica Labour Party supporters on all that. Bro, don't mind Cliff Hughes and Blue Dot with them bullshit. Because you know Cliff Hughes is paid to spew gibberish and garbage. And we're not garbage chuck, so it's not everything spew over by Mulviner's revenge we're going to even pay attention to. But the Gleaner should ask the question the other way around, because it is the Prime Minister constitutional, what you call privilege, to call an election as and when he's ready. The Prime Minister has the power, the Prime Minister has the confidence, but the Prime Minister is still wallowing. The Prime Minister is still wallowing with confidence and privilege. I mean, Gleaner, how could you ask that question? The Prime Minister got it in the bag, according to him and his bunch of you-know-what they call themselves out there. He've got the privilege, he's got the confidence. Why on earth is the Prime Minister afraid to call the election? I mean, Prime Minister, you will have to do it, or the Constitution will. If the Constitution have to, Prime Minister, that will look so bad on you. Badder than badderer on your Prime Minister. So, I don't know where you're going, but July, August, you have to jump in, Prime Minister, because Karen Morrison, this is why I say I'm a fool, Because I feel like tell the PM to call the election. What go run for North Central? Terence Morrison. Who is going to run for North Central St. Andrew? Who is going to run Ardley Shaw seat? Because you say, I feel like tell the Prime Minister to call the election because we're ready. Positioning, my dear. You have not completed positioning in the Jamaica Labour Party yet. This is the big old stinking war in the Jamaica Labour Party. It is why the party is going over the cliff even before the general election. The division the Prime Minister has created in the party is your demise, my dear. It is why the Prime Minister cannot call the election, because on the eve of an election, the Prime Minister have divided the party bitterly. Bitterly, Terence and Morrison. You all are tearing each other in the street like wild dogs. I mean, you're all like a pack of wolves going at each other. I mean, if you're all so much out with it in public, Cousin Myrna, how you do? I mean, how one another on WhatsApp group and all that jazz? I mean, it's a riling disgrace in the Jamaica Labour Party. That's the great leadership of Andrew Holness, Gleaner. This is why Andrew Holness cannot call an election, cannot be confident enough to call an election, is afraid, Gleaner, to call an election. He has run his party so dismal into disrepute, into disgrace, into disorganization, into disarray. Gleaner, how could you ask that question? Or are you trying to provoke thoughts like mine, Gleaner? So you have to ask the question for some bullshit reason. I will admit. There's no reason asking a bullshit question, because then you'll get a response, bullshit or not. But how could the Gleaner ask that question? Is the PNP afraid of Holness? Of what? What is there to be afraid of? A corrupt man? A man without integrity? A man who has squandered and pilfered the public purse? A man who has held us at ransom for the last 4 years? A man who the court has ruled unconstitutional again multiple times? Gleaner, somebody need to shake that rock that the Gleaner was sitting under this morning. Somebody need to shake that rock that the Gleaner is under so they can ask the question, what is Andrew Holness afraid of? Why he will not, cannot call the general election? That's the question, Gleaner. So now journalists. So now journalists. I don't ask question on the left-hand side, coming like on a left-hand crab, Gleaner. Maybe I want to Alistair Boyle get people up there, but never mind. I think I'm done with the Gleaner now. Well, Nesta Morgan say the PNP is the enemy of Jamaica. Well, if people like Alfred Dawes and Campbell and Crawford and them people and Buchanan, if those people are enemy of Jamaica, I will go in that camp. Because one thing I don't want to do, Nesta Morgan, is to be walking amongst thieves like Andrew Holness, rapists and murderer like Darrell Vaz, rapists like Bobby Montague. I don't want to be walking in that crowd, do I? So I will walk with those who are doing what I perceive, Nesta Morgan, as the upright thing. Stand for justice and the calling out of injustice, which Uno Jamaica Labour Party afraid of. Justice is like water touching goat to Uno Labour, right? I'm afraid of water, just like goat. So I prefer to walk with those people rather than those who continue to bleed the country dry, enrich themselves, their family, and their friends, and then them come knock them belly pan with and show us that look how well I have done without doing a full day's work, Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The good economic management, boss. Good economic management, boss. Wagwan. What color is the sky today, Andrew Holness? Because we have run the economy so well, we have stabilized the economy. The sky today out there is very blue. No, Prime Minister, I mean, what color is the sky out there? If we didn't run the economy so well, the sky today out there wouldn't have been so blue. But, Prime Minister, we are talking about the sky. You see, you have to look at how you get to the end point of the sky being blue. If we didn't run the economy so well, if we didn't manage the economy so well, the sky wouldn't have been so blue. Good economy, boss. Let's listen to the experts, Prime Minister, because we know you're bullshit. Let's listen to those who we ought to be listening to, who we should be concerned with when it comes to the figures and how well, Prime Minister, your so good management of an economy is doing. So you go mad we? Are you going to mad us? These are the people who are feeling the pinch, who are down in the trenches, not the Prime Minister who asks his friends to write or release a certain figure that benefit his argument.
I'm not saying I'm not blaming the commercial banks because they have a big part to play in lowering their rates. But what I'll say to you, just like any other businesses operating out there, when you have a devalued currency and the dollar moves to 165 or 162 to 1, and you buy your goods and services or your raw materials and you bring it in, it takes a while for the pass-through effect to take place. So I'm not sure how the banking sector operates and if there's a what they call a timing thing that needs to happen. But, yes, the Bank of Jamaica needs to pressure them, but I think more needs to be done to get our rates and policies in place to allow banks to lend money, to allow businesses to be competitive on the global sphere. Everything's going to start going haywire, and I'll tell you something, the government better call election quickly because the balloon is about to blow. The economy is in the worst position that I have ever seen it in my 30-odd years of business. The buying power is the weakest. Remittances are down. Tourism is struggling. Everything is struggling. And what are we doing? We're doing things to stifle the economy with our monetary policies coming from the Bank of Jamaica and the Ministry of Finance. People out there that are living and working in Jamaica may all seem fine and dandy when the politicians step out on stage and speak high and mighty of how great the economy is doing. But look at how many hungry people are out there that are struggling, how many businesses are finding it hard, right? So we need to start waking up the government.
Good economic management, boss. The question I want to ask you, Andrew Holness, both you, the Miami Herald, the Financial Times of London, what I want to ask you all, how is it that you had such a great comeback after COVID, but you couldn't maintain it? Everything just popped down, drop off, broke down. Or was it about Nigel Clark's auditioning? All of these fancy dandies that we were hearing about, were they all about Nigel Clark's auditioning? How you could maintain it? What you need to come and explain to us now is how you brought it back so well and then slip back into recession without providing us an explanation, Prime Minister, as to how that has happened. Because we're a fool like you. What a man, big old overgrown fool. Big old overgrown fool.
Close to 2 months after the 10% tariff on goods exported from Jamaica to the United States took effect, Chief Executive Officer of the separate group, Richard Pandoe, says from a supply chain standpoint, the impact on manufacturers has been worse than during the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Pandoe says his company has been trying to find alternative markets. Describing supply chain shocks during and post-COVID as a nightmare, the separate CEO says businesses are having a harder time sourcing and receiving products.
During COVID, a lot of production went down, so supplies are actually available. Some commodity price went through the roof, obviously, but the fact is that the reality of today, and I've been saying this for at least a year and a half, 2 years now, that our supply chain disruptions are actually worse now.
So who's most at risk now? MSMEs?
The MSMEs are always at risk. I mean, the smaller you are, the bigger you're risking, right?
Chief Executive Officer of Separate Group Richard Pandoe responding to Small Jamaica host Simone Clark. He says Jamaican manufacturers are in wait-and-see mode whether U.S. consumers will purchase their goods at increased costs.
The consumers in the U.S. are facing price increase on a number of items, from their electronics to this, whatever. They're going to look at their basket and say, boy, should I buy Supergen? Is that necessity or is that nice to have? Maybe instead of picking up 3, they pick up 1. So right now, I mean, I'm just coming from the US last week, meeting a lot of the CEOs of different companies. Everybody, they've asked us first, absorb it. Of course, you can absorb it.
That's what.
For example, the lobster come from Jamaica. First thing, absorb it. We cannot absorb it. And therefore, the price has been passed through for the most part. And there is a waiting to see how the consumers react. My feeling is that the volumes will come down. We're going to have to find a way to either be more productive and have more production so we can drive our unit costs down to kind of cushion that price. Look new markets, our next approach, and also look at our supply chain and see if we can bring in stuff to actually reduce our costs.
CEO of the Separate Group, Richard Pandoe.
You, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, have run our country over the cliff by your bad economic policies that you hold and ram down our throat every day. Remember the passage I read for you the other day? A good winner have nothing to explain to anyone, Prime Minister. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to listen to your good economic management 1 million times for one day. Because you know you had none. You know you run this country a wreck. You and Nigel Clark. Because we ain't going to blame Favour for shit. Favour old, dumb, and docile from day one. So no come pick her up now and blame her for nothing. You and Nigel Clark fuck up this country. I told you all what that Nigel Clark has been awarded to destroy the Jamaican economy. Them now go come tell we say, anything Andrew go blame it pan now when I blame pan COVID and the hurricane, he might go blame it pan the tariff. Andrew Holness can run around and talk about him good economic management. But Andrew can't tell we the truth. Those in the sector, the business people, why you think the tourism sector come out and scream like hungry pig where they? Why you think the tourism sector come out and scream like hungry pig? Say, brother, Airbnb people strip them. Coming at them earnings. You have run this country a wreck. You have destroyed our agriculture and turn our baby thing to James Roberts. You sign new mining contract for dig with gold, and we don't hear zilch where we get out of the gold we mine out of Jamaica. We know we're not getting nothing out of backside. You have destroyed this country. You and your wholeness have destroyed this country, where you know squander loosely between you and Tufton and Carl Bruce and the others. You thief it and stuff it in your pocket and you move on with the country money. You enrich your family, your wife, your picking them. The country has yet to benefit anything from the 9 year. That's why you can't talk what Andrew Holness social mobility program is for the Jamaica people. What has Andrew Holness done that will outlive this overgrown monster? What this thief has done to lift Jamaica people out of poverty. I mean, if he shares some of what he steals with us, Prime Minister, you would be able to lift an awful lot of us out of poverty if you just share the stolen goods with us. Who else we are going to know? Let me show you an incident that happened in Liverpool, United Kingdom. I think yesterday or Sunday evening. I think it was a football galangin, and there was this white terrorist, because when you're white, you see, you tend to have mental health rather than be a terrorist. I'm still waiting to hear how Merseyside police will actually speak of this situation as to what it is, whether he's a mental health patient, as because he's white, and it's normally what it is when you're white. You're not a terrorist. You tend to have mental health problems.
What the fuck? Oh no! What the? Oh my God! Allah! Oh my God! Oh my God! What the fuck? Fucking kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Fucking kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Oh!
Let me play you some other clips. But usually in this country is because you have a mental health problem, why you do certain things.
Oh, it's a bit bonuses. Holy shit. Oh my God. Who's that?
What the fuck?
He's had it, him.
What the fuck?
What the fuck's going on there?
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Nah, he's dead, him.
Now, this is where he was apprehended. Where is that bit? The people wanted to do away with him, but the police protected him. But the people really wanted was to do away with him. I think this is the final clip.
Have you been to the club before?
We're waiting to see if the police is gonna define it as terrorism, which it is, or he's gonna receive the usual white treatment. He is a person with mental health problems. And now we will turn. We have two political gimmicks to play, but at the end of the program, we will turn to the meat of the matter, which is the headline story. Oh, let's quickly do the Samooderism first.
For everyday challenges.
Let's
5 minutes to 1. There are some developments in the JLP constituency organization for St. Andrew North Central, which has been bedeviled by succession plans to take over the seat after the departure of Carl Samooda. Well, I gather the Prime Minister and JLP leader is at this moment meeting with Mr. Samooda, the executive, and some delegates at the constituency office. And from inside the meeting, we are being told that Carl Samooda is to step aside officially. You'll recall the party said it wanted a timeout to decide what to do. Well, Carl Samooda officially stepping aside. And according to all sources, today is the first. There's an official vacancy in North Central St. Andrew. The Prime Minister and JLP leader has reportedly told the JLP delegates no one will get seat by bad-mouthing the party and its officers. If we reward bad behavior, we only get worse behavior. The selection of someone to come into a constituency is not a matter of how popular that person is. It's about whether the person can manage or not. And he's still addressing the JLP delegates in North Central St. Andrew. But what is clear, it will not be Carl Samooda, so it will have to be someone new. But who, we're still to find out.
The bangarang continues in the Jamaica Labour Party. And the Gleaner at the same time is saying, Ardishaw seat isn't settled either. So, as much as the Prime Minister is holding the country at ransom, the Prime Minister opponents in his party are also holding him at ransom. Because is it that a deal has been cut that if I Carl Samooda is to step aside and Delano Seavright cannot get it, Tam Tavares' son cannot get it either. So it would have to be thrown out to somebody completely new. What a disgrace, Andrew Holness. Divisiveness, disgrace, Prime Minister. I want to ask my MP a question. Morning, MP. My MP, my whole of my attend a funeral MP, because you do nothing else other than that, Mr. Green. Attending funeral, going to dances, holding mic, opening a bar. What fucking else do you do, Flight Green? It is said, though, Mr. Green, this is a question, it's not a statement. Gonna love to sue, even though I don't give two kangaroo tails whether you want to sue me or not. It is said, Mr. Green, there's arguments swirling about the place that you have impregnated a 16-year-old and have paid the family to shut their mouth, Mr. Green. Is there any truth to the, the word is carries a question along with it. Is there any truth to the argument, Mr. Green? That's what I want to ask my MP. Never mind The trickery about Alpart soon reopen. You know, we don't always come up with bullshit at the time of an election. We chose, you see, because this will be the most tightly contested election Jamaica has ever had since independence. It will be the most media presence election where we all have our say. We don't have to queue up to call Barbara Gludan, Ronnie Tweet, Mr. Perkins, and what the other woman that did name again, Miss Mantee. And we don't have to queue up to get our views that way. With just media driven, this will be a media driven election, Prime Minister. We can do it on our own out here, which we are doing fine, Prime Minister. It is quite much some of your fear as well, in particular to call in a general election. You are afraid of us. I mean, you are afraid of us, Prime Minister, because you know the storm will be hard to withstand, given what you don't have: integrity, character, common sense. You know, there's a lot of things you're lacking as a leader, if we are to count them. But I'm not going to talk to you about Alpart, Mr. Green, because it's election. So we know it's going to have something to tell with when election is coming up. The question is there any truth to the argument that you impregnated a 16-year-old and has paid the family to shut up to save your marriage, Mr. Green? That's the question. So you can sleep on it, put it in your pocket, take it to the bank, take it to the defamation court. But you must be sure that when you're going to defamation court, that you're going on the truth. You know, just like how Andrew Holness cannot sue us for calling him a thief, because the Prime Minister is a thief. He cannot prove to the Integrity Commission or the nation that he's not a thief. And if he takes us or me or any one of us to defamation court, it is the Prime Minister's duty to prove to the court that he's not a thief before the burden is switched to me. He will have to tell us, where did you get that long bag from that you are unable to have certified by the Integrity Commission, Prime Minister? So when we call you a thief, we know you're a thief, and you have to be okay with it, whether you like it or not, that you're a thief. Your government has been mobbed by it, isn't it? When have we ever, Prime Minister, been short of a scandal from your government? Remind us. Remind us, Andrew Holness, the time when we were short of a scandal brewing in your government to do with money and integrity, corruption, Prime Minister. Please remind us of that time when your government has been short of a scandal. Look at the state of your party. The state of your party, Prime Minister, mirrors the state of the country. Is it not? Who else do we have on the list this morning? Oops! The violent doctor. The violent doctor. Good morning to the criminals. No. You know, Dr. Dawes is headlining the story. Dr. Dawes grew a mac upon him. So every ton Dr. Dawes juke the labor right them like Cole, Aim, Damian Crawford, and Dr. Campbell juke them. Every ton them ton. Somebody juke them. But you all are coming after Dr. Dawes for even, like, literally bullshit. I mean, I hate this, yeah. Hold on, let me remember what this is. I have so much queued up this morning. Oh, this another. This are the crime figure where Andrew Holness I walk and talk about. But in the Dr. Dawes galangin, when you not hear the JLP them now come out and say them a report him to Ombudsman Umbus Boy, Umbus Andrew, and all of that. No, which ombudsman are you? I think it's this one, is it not? I wonder if who stole the cookie from the cookie jar. I don't know. I wonder if who stole the cookie from the cookie jar. I wonder if he had to know. But labor rights, them a report that to everywhere, them are suing, them are all sorts. Will not though deal with the price of the drill, which is in question. No. Which ombudsman are you reporting does to? And to you mean that same ombudsman which the JLP mayor for St. James is throwing up against the wall and say, who the fuck are you? Andrew appoint you. Leave us the hell alone. You cannot talk to us. We are JLP. You're appointed by Andrew, given a job by Andrew. Why are you asking me to provide you written explanation of whatever you want? Is that the ombudsman? And should Dawes listen to that bullshit? I mean, the bullshit of our country. But this is one of the same thing we hot them. What them a report does to the same thing I rather for.
Well, on real gangster. Well, on TV, them but them a actor. Class, well, on full of Benjamin and Sangster. We have deer handgun, we have chopper. When we say chopper, I know helicopter. She want bad man, yeah. Sell jump, sell weed, trapster. Well, on real gangster. Well, on TV, them but them a actor. Class, well, on full of Benjamin and Sangster. We have deer handgun, we have chopper. When we say chopper, I know helicopter.
That one, yeah. And the who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? It looked like it robbed them hard. But let's listen to this young man, then we're going to go to Dawes Procurement 101. Because Dawes robbed them, you know. Dawes had a robbing spirit.
Jamaica ever keeping a man. Yo, the government is a bare-faced, wicked, thief in cruel government, you know. How can you bring in a medical device that value 250 Jamaican thousand? Yo, Jamaica ever keeping a man. Yo, the government is a bare-faced, wicked, thief in cruel government, you know. How can you bring in a medical device that value 250 Jamaican thousand? A Jamaica Labour Party MP owns the company as per the company document. You own majority of the shares, which means that you own the company. Yeah? You buy them that equipment for 250 Jamaican thousand and sell it back to the Jamaica Labour Party government. You sell it back to the government for 31.5 million Jamaicans. Tell me, say this is a beer face. And when you're done, you talk about you're choosing Jamaica, you're choosing yourself. Jamaica Labour Party, you have been choosing yourself. 300% increase. You steal the children's money. $3 trillion has been missing. The Prime Minister cannot be verified. All know his wealth cannot be verified through the Integrity Commission, a law that his government passed.
I'm live, I'll call
and you're coming and telling us that you're choosing Jamaica. No, Jamaicans. We need to ask the question, how are you choosing Jamaicans when everything that you do clearly is in the best interest of yourself? No, Jamaican people, the elections are coming up in a few months. And it is time for us to choose you. Choose the people of Jamaica. And it's time that we vote out the Jamaica Labour Party. It's time that the Jamaica Labour Party see the back of our government. The bare-faced corruption that is in government is too much. And as Jamaicans, you know how many people at the hospital die because there's no ventilator? You know how many people die at the hospital because there's no bed? You know how many people have to go to the hospital and suffer because there's no oxygen? And you, the government, in a corrupt act, bought a device that is worth $250,000 after it is cleared at the wharf. And you go around and purchase one of those devices. for 31.5 million, and you expect Jamaicans to hug up the government and say, you're doing a good job. It is time to go. Listen, I can't wait for your call the election.
Tired of you. Wholeness with
wait.
Call him out
Call the elections.
Mr. Hall.
Jamaicans vote out Jamaica Labour Party. Jamaica Labour Party is too barefaced with the corruption. And then when people catch them in the act, they talk about lawsuit, as if lawsuit can scare people from talking the truth. Time come, and time come now.
Lawsuit can shut me up. Me too fool for that. Me too fool for lawsuit shut me up. But let's go to Procurement 101 with Dr. Dawes. Government know me not understand, so they can't check if they sue me. Because they know me an idiot. Unless them fooler than me.
So from this drill saga started, the Jamaica Labour Party and their operatives, they have tried to report me to the medical council. They have threatened me with not one, not two, but 3 lawsuits. Now they're reporting me to the political ombudsman. I don't know what they're going to do next to try and stop me. I can assure you, I am not suicidal.
Unstoppable,
they're going to continue to try and damage my name, damage my reputation, because that's how they work. So I need you to understand why I firmly believe the process for the procurement of this drill was flawed. So come into my class.
We have your back.
Welcome to Procurement 101. And today we're going to learn how you can use loopholes in the system to buy a $3 million drill for $31 million and still say that the process is above board. So the procurement process starts with a request from the end users, the doctors who are going to be using the drill. They write up a request. It goes to prepare a tender document with all the specifications of that drill that is needed to perform the functions that they require as the end user. A public advertisement is placed in the papers and the media in general, and from that, bids from registered suppliers are submitted. In this case, a bid for $12 million, $31.5 million, and $50 million were submitted. These bids went to an evaluation committee where they look back at the tender document to see whether or not the drills can perform the functions that the end users wanted in the initial request. In this case, the $12 million drill was excluded, leaving the doctors, the biomed engineers, and the procurement personnel to choose between a $31.5 million drill and a $50 million drill. Obviously, the choice would have come down to the way cheaper drill that was $31.5 million. This evaluation committee made a recommendation that was sanctioned by the Public Procurement Committee that certified that this process is above board, and after that, the contract was awarded. The problem is this: during the process, this part that nobody speaks about, that has been intentionally dismissed and hidden, is where the corruption occurred, because someone did an internal costing and determined that this drill that anyone can see online for close to about $3 to $4 million was valued at $32 million. Nobody can explain who came up with that costing and how they arrived at that costing, or how is it that Medical Technologies Limited was able to come in right under that $32 million bid. Now, this internal costing is important because if it were a reasonable cost and the bids were way out, the process would have to be aborted and resent to tendering again. But having this high cost for that $3 million drill by Sarah from the persons who did internal costing allowed any bidder to bid close to $32 million. And in this case, when it was reviewed by the Public Procurement Committee, they actually saw that the $31.5 million was a 2% discount to what those folks at Sarah had predicted the drill would cost. So therefore, not knowing anything at all about the drill and the market price, because that was not their task, these committees, they said that this drill was value for money. And this is why you're not being told about the internal costing, because that is where the whole process was compromised. do your research, you understand how it happened now. Oh, one other thing, I have to ask the company, was there any other drill of a similar nature that was sold in Jamaica recently? We have the answers, and that will surprise you when it comes out soon.
This is the biggest problem right now for the Jamaica Labour Party. But Dr. Bruce wanted a kerfuffle go on between him and Dr. Hunter. I think Dr. Hunter was the one when punched at the hospital at Chilani, where I think when he go turn up to go doing private operation and he received objection. So this is the problem with Dr. Bruce, because the University of the West Indies and Dr. Tufton, in silence, always stand by Carl Bruce and his disgraceful, violent behavior. There's a major twist in the ongoing saga involving two permanent neurosurgeons at the University Hospital of the West Indies. With the hospital publicly backing its chief medical officer, Carl Bruce, who alleged that he has been defamed by Dr. Roger Hunter. This is the problem with Carl Bruce, Chris Tufton, and the medical fraternity, but not just UWI, because I know they alone, Carl Bruce, walk and beat people. If Carl Bruce turn up for you, your theater for do a private operation, you dare. And Carl Bruce, there's a procedure. If Carl Bruce is coming to your neck of the woods as chief medical officer for the country, if he's coming to one of your theater across the country to do a private operation he has arranged, Carl Bruce not inform you. Carl Bruce just turn up and expect to have theater prep. And if anybody object to Carl Bruce, then Carl Bruce hand go cross your mouth. You understand? So there's many battle with Carl Bruce inside that department, but because of his relationship with Dr. Tufton, none of them gets anywhere. See ya? Then jump behind Carl Bruce. But why the university not say them and investigate? University Hospital. Why not so investigate? Why not have to stand fair and square behind Carl Bruce? University Hospital, why don't you investigate as to whether Dr. Hunter defamed Carl Bruce rather than wading behind Carl Bruce and is supporting Carl Bruce? Why? Because I'm afraid of Carl Bruce's fists? Is it because I'm afraid of Carl Bruce's fists, or I'm afraid Dr. Tufton victimized or no? Which is it? I'm afraid of something. Because the way I'm afraid of Carl Bruce up there, we should have want to get rid of him in this public debacle that is unfolded. Let's remind them who Dr. Carl Bruce is. Let's remind them who Dr. Carl Bruce is, the chief medical officer for the country, who butchered the Governor General and others. Dr. Bruce, the butcher at University Hospital.
Yeah, Sophie, let me tell you something. I've been witness to the corruption that took place in and continues to occur in neurosurgery. When I tell you that Carl Bruce failed many exams and shouldn't be in neurosurgery, and Peter Charles failed even more as Colonel Charles outside, he failed 4 times the most important subject. Carl Bruce failed the most important subject. And he should not be a neurosurgeon. None of them should be a neurosurgeon. None of them. What they have done is use the place
Tap up the screen, TikTok.
as a
Take the likes to
threesome.
20,000
And
for
a
me,
guy who's
please.
named Ivor Crandon
Power tap, everyone.
come
Power
from
tap.
Guyana,
Power tap,
the
everyone.
son of a policeman, to rob the place. He is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. What he has done. He has stood by and encouraged this corruption to take place. And they walk around speaking speaky spokey as if they're so decent and upright when they're nothing but. Absolutely deplorable. Absolutely deplorable. Carl Bruce is the substantive owner of medical technology.
Send the current video, come give me
His
Peter and
niece,
teach me.
Trudy Ricketts,
One since
cannot be fired
vindicated.
because she's put there to watch things. She's the watcher. Athol Hamilton is a front man. A guy called Green is there. These people have not moved from medical technology. They cannot be moved because they're in the racket. They're in the racket. And what happens is that Carl Bruce orders his juniors only to buy things from medical technology. His company. All right, let me give you a horrific example of how terrible these people are. Say, for instance, a disc, an intervertebral disc in your neck, that's the shock absorber between the vertebral bodies, is ruptured. What we do in England is to just drill off something called osteophytes, the bone spurs, and keep them. We take out the destroyed disc and we insert a plastic packed with dust inside the disc. And that's it. But the horrific thing what Carl Bruce does is write a prescription for a titanium plate, 4 or 6 screws, and dead American bones. Listen to me. Dead American bones. So instead of using a plastic cage, which has no risk, they use dead American bones, which has a tiny risk of passing on a slow virus.
Virus?
To pack into that space. So the cost jumps from $50,000 to anywhere from $250,000 to $350,000. This is dry foot, poor country boy, Carl Bruce.
Mighty God.
He's not only violent by nature, violent by words, violent by deeds, violent by emotions, but he's also a crook.
Mighty God.
He and Kingsley Chin, you can look up Kingsley Chin, cohabit together in the company. Spine Frontier, if you look upon Kingsley Chin's indictment in the US, he had to give up half the value of his company. Half the value of his company to the US authorities because Fine Frontier was paying kickbacks, including to, I believe, Carl Bruce is a recipient of money from Spine Frontier. And doctors in America lost their license. They had to pay back like $1.4 million to Medicare, Medicaid. And Kingsley Chin destroyed their reputation. Kingsley Chin and Carl Bruce was like peas in a pod, bottom to a bench. Spine Frontier's equipment were domiciled inside medical technology at the back of Northside Plaza in Ligonier. The poor public, which is a main contractor of medical technology, had no clue that the same Carl Bruce who gets his juniors to write the prescription is the beneficial owner of the company. Is a principal owner of the company. He has 2 criminal charges against him. And it makes perfect sense for there also to be evidence of corruption. He and Christopher Tufton went to school together.
What?
They went to Manchester High School together.
Even Tufton go school
So the
together.
two of them conspire and make a wonderful team to completely rob the government and the people of Jamaica of resources whilst giving them inferior treatment. What's happening to the Governor General now? How is he doing? Why aren't we seeing him in public? What's happening to Miss Sweeney? How did she do? And what happened to the others who died?
Lord Jesus. The
Carl
Governor
Bruce is
General.
not a spinal surgeon. He has not done a spinal fellowship. Carl Bruce just did 1 year and 10 months in Canada.
No,
To do a fellowship, you need to do 1 straight year. He could not do that because he has not finished his training. So he has to do a maximum 6 months rotations. So he can't do a fellowship with just a 6-month rotation. He is a criminal today, tomorrow, and forevermore. And Christopher Tufton found in him somebody very, very useful. A useful, well, I won't use the term that Netanyahu used, but Carl Bruce knew what he was doing. He knew what he was after when he set up the medical technology companies. And here it is, people like Vincent Lawrence asking me, why am I not at UE? He himself was hunting the man for 2 days after Carl Bruce bludgeoned Sarah Lawrence. Bludgeoned her.
Bludgeoned. Our bludgeon means
Hunting him with his 9mm to go and shoot Carl Bruce.
Wait.
For beating up his niece, the former Miss Jamaica.
I want me just hear. Vin Lawrence a search theme. No, Sir Courtney. No.
To do a fellowship, you need to do 1 straight year. He could not do that because he has not finished his training. So he has to do a maximum 6 months rotations. So he can't do a fellowship with just a 6-month rotation. He is a criminal today, tomorrow.
Chris D. Carl Bruce should have sold the church money out of the Governor General. Because him a thief in a church. And imagine how much the Governor General thief in a politics. If you thief so much in a church, sir, if you run off with offering plate and concert money, Governor General, imagine you in a politics. Jesus Christ, we are surrounded.
And forevermore. And Christopher Tufton found in him somebody very, very useful. A useful, well, I won't use the term that Netanyahu used, but Carl Bruce knew what he was doing. He knew what he was after when he set up the medical technology companies. And here it is, people like Vincent Lawrence asking me, why am I not at UE? He himself was hunting the man for 2 days after Carl Bruce bludgeoned Sarah Lawrence. Bludgeoned her.
No, sir.
Hunting him with his 9mm to go and shoot Carl Bruce. For beating up his niece, the former Miss Jamaica, and I think the Miss Caribbean, and she became pregnant during her pageantry, and they said she can serve out her term. She, of course, wants to just stay out of it all. But she, Deidre Rowe, the man's wife, the man's previous girlfriends, one from Barbados, he bludgeoned them. He attacked me and think he would get away with it. He never knew that the police...
Bludgeon one is normally a strike to the head. It's normally a serious blow to the head. I wonder why the neurosurgeon always go after people's head.
He's arrested. No. There are many people he attacked. And the nurses are in some way, in a sense, hypocritical, but I can understand. They're afraid to lose their jobs. But they have been attacked many times by Carl Bruce. And they should stand up to him. And
the medical fraternity must take a stand against Carl Bruce. I'm very shocked by the university hospital in standing behind such a criminal and a rogue who they have felt the dangerous wielding hands of Carl Bruce.
tell him to get out of University Hospital. He should be fired on spot. He should be fired immediately before they drag the hospital further down, because this is only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse. Down and down and down and down. If I'm not mistaken, Donovan Williams was there at the trial of Carl Bruce.
This Jamaica Labour Party reward failure. This Jamaica Labour Party reward failures. Just look at all of them, if you disbelieve me.
Commencement trial on the 15th of April. After 5 months, police was looking for him to hand himself in. And the fella was hiding, dodging, running away, speeding down Old Oak Road and caught in a police trap. Sadly, the police did not know who he was. So he thought he got away. A call then came later for him to hand himself in. A lawyer came and took the indictment. Carl Bruce is a criminal and a coward. And he has no love for the people. No love in his heart. He's an evil man. And he should lose all the value of his company. And all of that money should go right back to the public purse to buy dialysis machines for that Bustamante Hospital, to buy drills. You know, a drill for 30. You know what makes you suspicious? When you see a minister takes time out of our taxpayer paid day to go and show a drill. So what? I have never seen this in my life. Nowhere in England. Any minister of health takes time to go and show a drill. Nowhere. You would have to be like a proton beam machine that costs 250 million pounds before you see them. Not for a drill that costs 3,000 pounds. Never, never. And we have been ripped off royally and consistently. And he has been aggressive deliberately to get people like myself out of the way, because there's no way I would ever condone any such of his actions. He is jealous. He failed many exams I passed. He got no awards. I got awards. He was jealous to the core. I have 3 final neurosurgery exams. It was not necessary. But
the liar woman in the red, melon or whatever, where Dr. Tufton can't come tell the liar and show us a handheld drill with the use and you shouldn't shame on yourself. When I take the beat now, you still have to turn up on camera, tell the lie, and go back in a staff room, go cry.
Because University of West Indies want to say they graduate me, and Crandon want to claim, oh, he graduated 7 neurosurgery residents, and so he should get professor. Where is his qualification in neurosurgery? Crandon has none. Crandon has not a single qualification in neurosurgery. Not one. And neither Cheeks. They're the old guard.
This is the problem I'm having with University Hospital and the medical fraternity at the moment. You all came out strong against a moron, a barbaric, inhumane pig, rightly so. All of us supported that. But you all stood silently. Carl Bruce has been doing this from 2007. Carl Bruce has been wielding his fist across the fraternity from 2007. And here is University Hospital standing behind a man who regularly abused medical and clinical staff. And then you come out against the pig. I don't get... A pig is a pig, you know, University Hospital. A pig is a pig is a pig. There's no other way to describe a pig except for it's a pig. So how do you recognize, say that one you're a pig, and you can't recognize, say that one you're a pig? Make it make sense, University Hospital. A pig is a pig is a pig. And you should be able to recognize that a pig is a pig. University Hospital. I mean, I understand. selective outrage. This is my problem with Jamaica. That's why nothing happen for we. Because they know so they can trample over we and we will lie down there and say, big man is all right.
The old days. So Carl Bruce should step aside and leave it to the young people. Leave it to people who earned it through merit. The man attacked me and derailed my academic career and my professional career. And they, like Archibald MacDonald, chose to believe him. And we know Archibald MacDonald is not a good name in terms of reputation. When we look at the IT contract, that we can't even find the person who he is buying the IT contract from. He is wicked and evil. They have no love for the people. And he loves to work with dunce people, not bright people. Archibald MacDonald, thank God the university got rid of him. But this is a corruption that has been going on for over 20 years. And Crandon is very much a part of the complicity. But Carl Bruce turned it up on steroids.
Carl Bruce turned the corruption up in the medical fraternity on steroid. The friend and classmate of Dr. Christopher Tufton. The friend and classmate of Dr. Christopher Tufton. Jamaica, we are surrounded. I don't know if you want to believe that we are surrounded or you understand that we are surrounded by criminals pointing fingers and guns at us. Then they will continue forever to commit their crimes against us. Let me show you another thing where itch and hike them up again.
People's National Party have always provided quality leadership. I feel like I am home. I'll quote for you. I celebrate and
Heights by great men and vase. Heights by great men. This is one of the other thing. Dr. Dance, I want to hope a little rubbing video out there where I rub them. They are being so rubbed. I'm going to show you my big friend Anvaz. Boy, Anvaz and Andrew Holness really, really get on top of my nerve.
Big, you gone too far now, man. So that even. How you want from me, boy? If I come from Jamaica, I come like.
Right. To the Jamaica Labour Party, the best way to deal with this is what you all say you are. Transparent. Transparency, Jamaica Labour Party, is the way to deal with this issue. The attacking of the Honorable Doctor will not suffice. Definitely will not. The Doctor has facts and evidence and his hands, you see. Rush, how you do? The Doctor has facts and evidence on his hands. No amount of attacking your way out of this will not work. It's just one of your other corruption has been caught under the glare of the camera. Be transparent, be honest about it. We are not concerned with the drill. We are all concerned with the price of the drill which we as a country could have gotten much more out of. We understand that you do not understand it. You probably decide deliberately not to understand it. But it's the facts are the facts. You are unable to provide any counter evidence, even though when you come out of crowd, Dr. Dawes a lie. Dr. Dawes has been malicious. We're going to sue him. He's intimidating us by walking past our pictures, and he's putting out things there that you stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Number 3 stole the cookie from the cookie jar. These are the little irritating things that they are sending complaint to the ombudsperson about. The ombuds Andrew. They are sending all of those to the ombuds Andrew. These are the little things that Dr. Dawes is really using to use Maca to joke the labor rights.
Big, you gone too far now, man. So that dealers. How you want family road boy? I come from Jamaica, I come like
labor rights.
Big, you gone too far now, man. So that dealers. How you want family road boy? I come from Jamaica, I come like
Darrell Vaz, remember we start with you this morning, didn't we? I mean, can we not end with you then? Darrell Vaz? Mr. Vaz and Mrs. Vaz. Oh, how do I place this question? How do I place this question? Is Miss Vaz short of affection at home, Mr. Vaz? Is Miss Vaz short of affection at home, Mr. Vaz? Would you be able to answer the question? Because, the Almighty God, thing answer. Aren't you bothered by your wife throwing herself at just about anything that moves with the wind, Mr. Vaz? Jesus, she barely can stand still. Even if you plant her, even if you plant and vase, she won't be able to stand still. She don't know how to do it. The question, though, is Miss Vaz been short of affection at home?
On this Labor Day 2025, where it is about transforming communities. We are here with the councillor, Shani Green, and we are transforming this community by adding a football field. The residents asked, and we delivered. And this is a community initiative, and we're all in favor.
We are very thankful to this street and this man for this work. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
Oh boy. What can I say? Is there anything to say, really? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything to say. Mad, drunk, I don't know which of them, but I know something is wrong with her. I don't know if she's mad. I don't know if she's drunk. Don't know if she's high. What I do know, there is something wrong with her. But to Mr. Vaz, pay attention to your wife. Don't let her be just throwing and thrusting her body at anyone and anything, Mr. Vaz. Jesus. I mean, I wonder if a breeze or a magnet a draw near to people, so why your wife seeks public affection, Mr. Vaz. Come, Mr. Vaz, do better to instruct you at home. Instruct you. Do better to lay the instructor at home. Because whenever time she gets out in public, Mr. Vaz, she's craving attention and affection, Mr. Vaz. Do you not see? I can see that every video that she put out there. Are you not watching them, Mr. Vaz? Control your wife. Control your wife. It is your duty. Man of the house, are you? Control your wife, Mr. Vaz. You can't make sure just walk and a fling trust ourselves by everybody, so. You're not afraid to haul our way, Mr. Vaz. Aren't you afraid them haul our way, Mr. Vaz? Hold on there. If you're afraid to them haul our way, man, can't just have her so I walk and a fling herself left, right, and center. And say to the doctor never fix her good. And Currency Morrison, as the friend, don't want to tell her, say, you know, you can go back, go make them know, say, fix your so, push up that side of your so, and pump up this your part your so, because it really don't look good. But then again, if mirror upon the wall tell you so, what must I say? If mirror upon the wall say to you, say, girl look good, girl bum stick out, even though I don't know if the legs can bear them. But mirror upon the wall say you look good. So if you believe mirror upon the wall, who am I to say otherwise? Who am I to convince you that mirror on the wall might just be tricking you? Or you might be confused by what mirror on the wall is saying to you. But I left you to mirror on the wall. But all I'm saying to Mr. Val, Nara,
push the boy now. Ready?
I am not playing. I am so not playing this morning.
Big up together, man. Know the same man when you done last year with a yarn him start this year. Be a post up, he could yarn the boy now. If I hear man post the boy now. Ready?
Justified. Legendary.
These are the lizard lappings we're talking about, Mr. Vaz. These, Mr. Vaz, are the lizard lappings we're talking about. Why we say your wife, Mr. Vaz, crave attention from just about anything that blows in the wind. Mr. Vaz, control your wife. I beg of you. Control your wife, Mr. Vaz. You can't have her just run up and down on a lizard lap. Lord Jesus. Whoa. No stop. But then again, green lizard live in a tree. Green lizard live in a tree, so you might never can tell. In her natural habitat. Thank you very much for being here this morning on the Global Television Group. What did Andrew? Oh, yes. One of the number scientists has come out and debunked. You know, the Prime Minister tough a lot of things down with short with him long spoon, such as the good economic management or how crime has gone down or how employment has gone down. But the Prime Minister rather regularly feed us with his long spoon, isn't it? He has now been debunked by a scientist of numbers. Keith and Angel. Puss. Come, puss, come.
A data scientist and epidemiologist at the University of the West Indies, Professor Christopher Charles, says Jamaica's murder crisis must be viewed in the context of long-term trends. Speaking on Power 106's Morning Agenda Monday, Professor Charles warns that focusing only on the year-to-year changes misses a bigger issue of a steady rise in homicides since independence. Shamela Pullen reports.
The murder rate in Jamaica went down from 49.3 in 2023 to 40.2 in 2024. That's according to data scientist and epidemiologist at the University of the West Indies, Professor Christopher Charles. Professor Charles says the small drop doesn't show the full picture.
All I'm saying is that what the government, some people in the media, and primarily the Jamaica Constabulary, what they have been doing is giving you the difference between the homicide rate this year and last year, and then say all kinds of things about it. And I'm saying that's unscientific, it's dishonest, right? And it's designed to trick the people.
He says while the drop is still good, looking at only short-term numbers is misleading. Professor Charles also urged that short-term drops don't mean the police are fixing the issue.
So in 1962 at independence, the homicide rate was 3.7 per 100,000, right? In 2024, right, it was 40.4. It was, all right? So it's over a tenfold increase. So what I'm saying, we must appreciate the drop, but I'm not excited because if you look from 1997 onwards, we have seen similar drops, yearly drops, but the homicide rate increase again. So why when we see these drops, it's up and down.
He says to make Jamaica safer, real solutions are needed to fix the root of the problem, not just more police.
We have argued that you need to intervene within families in terms of parenting. You can teach parenting in schools, all over the school system, and you can intervene in the family. Just like how the community health nurse comes and look to the mother to check up, we can have social workers visit homes, in the same way, to engage about parenting when the mother comes to the hospital and she's pregnant, or the father. Our medical social workers can engage them over time.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
Don't Shamela Pullen, but Prime Minister, a data scientist and epidemiologist. Are you going to come out and say he's a PNP Prime Minister? Because everybody who speaks the truth in this country is PNP, So is the Prime Minister and his cronies going to come out and say, Professor Charles is a PNP? Because Professor Charles say you're tricking and misleading the people with your figures, Prime Minister. Is it because he's a PNP? Or is it because he's a Jamaican Prime Minister? And is he being professional? Or what's the description for Pamela Monroe Ellis? Incompetent and something or other? Andrew Holness, the thief, the crook, the conman, the criminal, he who carries Jamaica's economy over the cliff. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning on the Global Television Group. Lovely to have your support as always. If you are new to the channel, please give us a follow so when we go live, you certainly will get our notification. Thank you very much for your support. Join us back this evening for the People's Point of View. Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from the Global Television Group.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation.
Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat and not press the poor. Make God what I seen him. Make him a throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make him a throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man throw one stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see.
Congratulations, Sharon Bernard. I forgot to say that. Congratulations.
Throw a stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black baby man, throw a stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all
Sharon, I'll be reading up from morning. But I'm going Friday, I'm going to throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling
to all wicked men.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you and goodbye.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.